So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about a couple of these paintings. This one is called Coming Up for Air, and this is a depiction of the numerous turtles that I photographed at Heron Island. Heron Island is a place that we absolutely adore. We went for our honeymoon, we took the kids back a year later, and there are so many turtles there, it's not funny. It's not just a case of you might see one turtle while you're there, it's a case of you'll see 50,000 in the first week. We saw probably 8 in the first hour that we were there. We were seeing hundreds of them. So if you ever want to visit a place to see lots of turtles, it's Heron Island. So this is definitely one of my favorites. This little one here, I call the Batfish of Maggie Island. There's a little bay called Florence Bay, and it's very hard to get to by the island, but if you drive your boat into that little bay and anchor up for a swim, there's always batfish. They're very friendly, they're expecting everyone to feed them. As soon as you get in the water, they're all over the place. So this is another one of my favorites. This painting behind me is called Fusilier Mandala, and it depicts a whole lot of fusiliers all spiraling up into the distance. And one thing I love about this painting is it's very meditative, very symbolic of, you know, there's a lot of crowd out there. Stand out against the crowd, be yourself. This one didn't come from any reference photos, it came from my imagination. It took me a very long time, but it's a painting that I really love. At Easter in 2023, we moved to the Whitsundays to Bowen. These two paintings behind me show some of the landscape of Bowen. The painting that you see first, this one, this is snorkeling in Horseshoe Bay. It's one of my places I really enjoy to go whenever I can. It's always fresh, it's always clear, there's always lots of coral, lots of fish, heaps to see down there. This one here is also in Horseshoe Bay while everyone is swimming in the shallows. That was a photo that I did in knee-deep water, and there's always the blue spotted ribbon-tail rays down there, and they're always just hiding in the little rocks and crevices. So this painting was made from 2 of my reference photos. It's actually the same stingray but painted in different angles. This photo, this painting is done directly from one of my reference photos that I took with my dome port lens. This painting behind me I did in 21, so it's a little bit of an oldie. It's called Manta, and I haven't seen any manta rays yet. I'll just get that straight out there. Out of all my paintings in this exhibition, the manta ray is the only animal I haven't seen. So for me, this painting is my heart. It's a bit of a meditative painting where I'm trying to call in the manta rays, basically. I really want to see them. So I'm hoping eventually I will get that privilege. So this is Manta Mantra. When I painted this, I was really trying to get that whole feeling of the depth and the quiet that's down in some parts of the ocean, not the crazy frazzleness of lots of parts of the ocean. But yeah, this is a real centering piece for me, and I absolutely adore it. This painting here is called Playing Darts, and it's a little bit of fun, and if you have a close look at it, it is a long painting. It depicts the little snub-nosed darts as they're hunting for fish and playing and fighting. This is done from a reference. I painted this from one of my reference photos taken in Florence Bay and Maggie Island. This painting goes hand in hand with this painting of the batfish in Florence Bay. So every time you anchor up your boat in Florence Bay, you'll see these fish are immediately there because they want to be fed. And even if you don't have food for them, they will still be there wanting to be fed. So I always like to get in the water with them and take lots of photos. They were that thick the day that we went there. This This painting was a little bit of fun for me. I'm a high school art teacher and students often waste a lot of paint. So these are a pair of acrylic paintings. So what happens is students will fill up all their palettes with paint, then they cover it in Glad wrap at the end of the term. It goes down the sink. It is a waste. So I have got this new practice of I like to bring in one of my canvases and create a painting from their wasted paint to show them what can be done with wasted paint. So this painting here, I layered down some inks in the background first. These paintings are acrylics. They're fun, they're quick, they're nice and textured and thick. A lot of it's palette knife work. These fish, you can, I haven't got much detail in them at all. I'm just trying to get that frazzled feeling in there of some of the chaos and action that happens in the ocean. So I really like these ones because they're quite fun. This one's called Bomb Diving. This one is definitely my favorite out of the pair. This one's called Fishing at Dusk. And I really wanted to capture that coolness that is in the water at dusk when you go out overnight fishing, just before the sun sets and all those beautiful deep colours start coming through. This is another one of my new Whitsundays paintings. This is actually Kings Beach Headland, and I gave it the same title. This is where I actually like to take my dog swimming all the time. So this is one of our favourite little spots to go. Little crabs all around the rocks, and funnily enough our dog likes to chase the crabs and eat them now. There is another painting that took me a really long time to paint. This is Hidden Paradise at Lodestone Reef. Lodestone Reef was one of the reefs offshore in Townsville that I really enjoy scuba diving at. This painting depicts our family reef boat that we just sold. But yeah, it symbolises for me lots of that beautiful time that we've spent on the reef there. Here is another one of my wasted paint paintings. This one is me scuba diving at MURKY Wreck on Magnetic Island. So if you look closely, there's a lot of palette knife work in the background. It's very quick. It's very, there's a lot of life in there. MURKY Wreck typically doesn't have high visibility on Maggie Island, but it's one of the places I learnt to dive. I've had most of my diving there and I love it. It's a place that's really special to me. Here at my exhibition, I've also included a few little ceramics. So these are a bit of foreshadowing to a future trip where we're going to go scuba diving or diving, snorkeling with the orcas. This one's another one depicting Heron Island. Officially open for our first Sunday down at Murky Waters. We're going to have this exhibition open today from 9 o'clock till noon. So if you haven't had a chance to come and have a look yet, then come on down. We'd be happy to show you around it.